Hello everyone, it's Jenny here from Chi Lifestyle. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. So today's love reading is going to be a bit different, okay? It's not my usual fluffy reading, okay? Today's reading is going to be called The Ugly Truth, okay? So again, if you're someone who is not sensitive or you're not ready to hear the truth, then I'd possibly say time to click off, okay? If you are wanting to know why your love life or lack of love life is the way it is, then this is the reading for you. Okay, I'm going to get into, and we're asking the Akashic the reasons why your situation is the way it is, what you're currently going through, and the possibilities that could be coming in. But it's really and truly focused on perhaps lessons you need to learn, or maybe you constantly date the wrong people, or you're not listening, or whatever it is. This is where this focus of this reading is more about. Okay, so it's more about understanding your past or understanding your love situation rather than focusing on the future, if that makes any sense. So this is not for anyone who's in a happy, committed relationship, because this is only for the people who have to understand or learn why their relationship isn't working out, or why their relationships haven't worked out. Okay, so pile number one, we have got the horse. Pile number two, we have got the four-leaf clover. And pile number three, we have got the aeroplane. Okay, so pick your piles accordingly. And like I say, you know, if I start off talking about the reading and it doesn't resonate, then rather click off. But like I say, if you're really wanting to know the truth and you're wanting to make changes in your life, and so you're needing to know the truth so that you can make the proper changes, then this is the reading for you. Okay, pause the video if need be. Really think about it, because obviously you want to understand your situation. Thank you. I'll start with pile number one. Okay, hello. For those of you who have chosen pile number one, the one with the horse, let's get into your reading. Okay, so we have got the King of Scrolls. We have got the Two of Worlds. We have got the Divine Position. I'm trying to move this over a little bit. And we have got Up in the Air. Okay, so I'm just trying to get all the cards in. Right, so this is the foundation. If you haven't seen my readings, this is the pyramid spread with the Akashic records. So the first whole row, the bottom is the basis. It's the foundation of the pyramid, which is the foundation of the problem. Okay, so your foundation, starting with the King of Scrolls. Okay, so the King of Scrolls is generally about learning lessons. So when it comes to your love life, you may have had a number of failed relationships, and really and truly, it's you needed to learn. So kind of see each one of these scrolls as a lesson. Okay, so if you've had a number of failed relationships, and each one of these represents a lesson, so it's time for you to sit and be honest with yourself, or maybe you have already done that, but this is the foundation, but it's still kind of affecting you, is to look at each one and go, okay, what is the actual truth behind why these are failing? Okay, one of the reasons why this is happening. Okay, so let me explain this card to you. So this is called the Two of Worlds. Okay, here there's a lady that's quite upset, and she's staring into the fire. Behind her, this is her thimble, I think, machine, or that, you know, it was one of the spinning wheels and spells. She's got money on the table, so she's basically spinning in order to create money. So this is her 9-to-5 job. Out the window, and I'm kind of bringing this in here, that's a Buddhist temple. Okay, so what this is saying is that through her lifetimes, she has decided, before she came into this lifetime, she had said that she wanted more of a spiritual life, for example. However, she turned her back to the spiritual life and turned it into money. Now, this is a love reading, okay, so I totally understand that, but I'm just giving you an example. I think that you, because of maybe the failures you have gone through, have somehow turned your back on love in order to focus on your job, okay? Because it's almost, okay, so for example, you may have a soulmate out there, and you had decided you would come into each other's lives, and you decided, no, because I'd rather work on my money or my home or my something to do with a financial situation. Okay, either which way, it's almost like you have two different worlds, whatever that might be. But it's like love is one world, and maybe not even knowingly doing it, you've kind of turned your back to it for something else. Okay, for others of you, it's just there wasn't enough balance between maybe your career and your love life. Okay, maybe you were too busy studying, could be for some of us, because the King of Scrolls is someone who has, he's gained a lot of knowledge, or he's gaining a lot of knowledge. He's very intelligent. He's learning how to build his career. So maybe you were studying too hard, and your studies or your financial situation or your career kind of took over your love life. Okay, you've also got here the divine physician. So this is saying to me that maybe perhaps your love life has been the way it has because there's some healing that needed to take place. Okay, so this is your lessons, for all the relationships that have, each scroll again represents a lesson or karmic tie, and one of those, or maybe a few of those, you have not healed from completely. And so you keep on repeating this pattern because there's this healing can even go back to your childhood. Maybe perhaps your parents didn't make you feel like you were loved, or you didn't feel like you were enough. Maybe your friends ridiculed you. Maybe they said that you were too fat or too ugly. Maybe you had an ex that told you weren't good enough. And so you've now thought that love is not really the answer. You would rather put your focus on to work or your career in some way or form. Okay, either which way, it's because you actually haven't done the healing, or you're still needing to do a little bit of healing. Okay, and that's what's now up in the air. You don't know which way the situation's going to turn out. You're kind of almost wanting to come to a psychic reading or something, because you're kind of wanting someone just to kind of tell you what to do next. Okay, so maybe, like I say, maybe you're in a current relationship and it's just up in the air and you don't know which way it's going, or your feelings or your thoughts are just so up in the air, you don't know what it is that you need to do. Okay, so I think, again, you're needing to focus on some healing, and perhaps we'll get into the current cards now, so we'll get more into it. Okay, so that's, as I said, the foundation of your love life. Your current situation, you've got the loving elements, you have got the chess game, and you have got Shanghai community. Okay, so currently, in your current situation now, even though you're still having to learn perhaps some lessons, maybe you're still going through all of those lessons, perhaps you're still having to realize that, you've got to balance your worlds, okay, whatever these worlds are. And there is still a little bit of healing that needs to be done if you're wanting to have love. Okay, so with the loving elements, this is saying to you that right now your focus needs to be on joy. Okay, these are three beautiful fairies, and this baby is living and having an ultimately beautiful day. She doesn't care about whether she's loved or not loved, because she just believes that these fairies love her and she's happy as anything. This is also the Three of Cups, which is that of celebration. It's that of a reunion. It's coming together. Anything that's going to perhaps make you happy. Okay, you have to be focusing on what makes you happy, and that is what is going to bring about positivity to your love life. There may be perhaps a reunion coming on here. Okay, something that's quite interesting about this, and it's just a quick one, not really about love, but it's quite funny. But so with the Buddhist thing, there is just someone's kind of linking it in my head. I'm not going to get into the whole story about Buddha, but it's a very interesting story for any of you who've ever read the books. But you'll understand that his whole part was he wanted to become enlightened, and he had to remove himself from his very wealthy world in order to do so. And so he went through a whole lot of adventures in order, meditated, put himself in a rock, whatever it is, and eventually meditated and got an answer from God. And God said, or didn't say, but God kind of gave him this vision of exactly that, a time when he was a child and he was sitting in garden and he was just purely happy because of all the butterflies that were around him, and there wasn't a care or worry in the world because of all the butterflies that were around him. And that is where he actually started to understand what enlightenment is, and that is to focus on the happiness in life and not on all the sadness. Okay, so whatever this other world is, whether it's financial, whatever, you're turning your back because of fear. Perhaps you've put your focus into something else, okay, and you haven't balanced the energies, because this is where you feel safe, because of a healing that needs to be taken place. And really and truly, all it is that actually is needed in your life is to see life in the way that this baby's seeing life. It's just, you know what, just have a little bit of fun, okay? Let go of your God, let go of all your worries, whatever your worries may be. You know, connect with your friends, connect with, if you are in a relationship, connect with your lover, your you know, this is again about a reunion, you know, reconciliation in some way or form. And be with people who just bring you fun or just make you really happy. This is where you need to be. Forget the rest, okay? Because in the middle, you have got the chess game here. So this is quite an important thing. So as you know, in chess, you know, there's obviously an opponent. This one has knocked someone down, and there's almost like a horse with a bit of a victory, you know, celebrating there. You're playing perhaps chess with someone. So this is really saying to you that there are people in your life. Be careful right now of the people in your life. Someone or some people are not on your side, okay? Some people are actually in your life to gain something for themselves. So it's not you, it's for them. So whatever you end up doing for them, whether it's a relationship, perhaps you're in a relationship with someone who actually has a hidden motive or a hidden agenda, and they are literally in your life for something that's hidden, but they're not really on your side, okay? They're there to just see you fall. They're there to knock you down. And this could be anyone. This could be perhaps family members. It could be parents. It could be friends, or it could be, as I said, someone that you've been in a relationship with. But this is about playing the game, okay? You need to be a little bit more strategic. And I know this is love, so it's a bit weird, but you know, it could be a situation where just it's affecting your love life in some way, so I have to talk about it. But it's about being strategic in a situation, and to look at everyone's motives. Watch the people around you, because someone wants to see you fall, okay? Which I know is right in the middle of these two happy cards, but it is there, so we have to talk about it, okay? This one is saying, however, I know this is going to sound really confusing. You need to find your community. So what this is saying to me is that you are not in your community right now. The people around you, and it doesn't mean everyone, you know, people that are surrounding your life currently, because this is your current situation, are not your community, okay? They actually want to see you fall. They maybe sucking you dry. Maybe they want you for money. Maybe they want you for fame. Maybe they want you because something is in it for them, okay? However, there is a community around you right now, or there's someone or people, okay? So you need to try and figure out who the opponents are and try and figure out who your real people are. So these are the people which is kind of surrounding the negative. So there's a lot of positive surrounding it right now. And these are the people you need to focus on. It could be 3 people, you know, 3 friends, I don't know, you know, 3 people perhaps, but because there's 3 there and there's 3 here. These are your people, are your real people. This could also be your soulmate. You know, Shanghai community is being with your soul group, your soul friends, your soulmate. And these people are around you, maybe not physically in your life yet, perhaps maybe energetically around you, but they are around you. So in between all the drama that you're going through right now, playing this chess game, having to play people, which is pretty sucky, you're kind of needing to find time to celebrate. And if you can be around your friends and family and people that you know in your heart of hearts you can trust, then rather go and spend the energy with them while you're dealing with this, okay? Then you've got your diversity. So diversity tells me it's time for you to be diverse when it comes to your love life. So again, you may have, for example, felt like this was your people, okay? So I'm coming back here to the think that, so maybe you have had to prove yourself to these people, and I'm going to go with the two worlds here, okay? So I'm trying to bring the situation as to a whole picture. Perhaps maybe this is the one world, which represents, Buddhism represents peace, it represents harmony, it represents love, it represents forgiveness, okay? You are in this world, one which represents money, represents power, represents, I don't know, take whatever resonates. I'm just trying to bring up the different things. Maybe perhaps you've had to be in this world because it was what your surrounding people expected of you. Again, this could be friends, this could be people you were involved with or still are involved with, it could be a society, but that is the world where you felt like you had to be in. This is the world that you need to be in, which is your actual community. The people, this one, look at this one. This one's a lot more. There's like a warm candle there. Another little Buddhist, which means harmony, happiness. This is more like down to earth, family, people who are coming together and they're celebrating together. You've even got different people from different walks of life. How about that? So you've got like a real spiritual Hindu kind of man, assuming so. They could be Buddhist as well, sorry. A bit of a worker, someone who's working and, almost like a queen. Or, someone from like a pagan community, for example. I'm just giving you examples here. So we have different people. So with this diversity card, it's saying to you, maybe perhaps you need to stop dating those kind of people. You need to date someone who's perhaps not your usual type or in your usual group. I hope this is making sense to someone. So you need to be a little bit more diverse in your beliefs, a little bit more diverse in your groups. Look for people that are really more your people, and you'll probably find that you'll actually get along with them more and have more of a harmonious, happy, celebratory kind of relationships than you would be when you're constantly feeling stress and anxiety. Either which way, you haven't been happy in this one world. Okay, you've turned your back to a peaceful world to enter a very stressful world. Okay. Yeah, I know this is, I am going to pull some, sorry, I'm kind of closing it off, but I'm trying to think of what cards to pull, because clearly I think you're needing some extra cards. Okay, what is to come from our pile number ones, once they've learned their lesson, or once that they understand what it is they need to do? Like I said, it's, don't maybe look in the same cultures, maybe don't look in the same religious background, maybe don't look in the same age group, maybe you need to look, it's about looking at some, oh golly, okay, that was too many cards. It's, you see, you've also got your healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So again, for some of you it is a childhood, maybe it's your parents who made you feel that you had to be a certain way, and so you've had to follow their footsteps. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so learning and forgiving, what did I say? So as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Okay, I'll take these. Romantic feelings. Your romantic feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, someone in your current situation that's perhaps different from you is someone that you probably have maybe romantic feelings for them already, but you've not wanting to explore it because you feel like it's not in your normal world, for example. Just saying. Okay, it is safe for you to love, open your heart, and give and receive to all in the highest good. Codependency, right? Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So there's a codependency here, and I think this is the chess game. This is the codependency. Someone or some people who are making you codependent on them. They might bully you to make you feel like you can't do without them. People who are narcissists often do that. Narcissistic people make you feel codependent, like you can't be without them, when actually really truly you can, because they don't actually have your back, but they weaken you so that you feel like you can't do without them. So there's a toxic situation that's kind of in between you and someone that is safe for you to rather love. Okay, so I don't know if this makes any sense for you, pile number one, but if it does, please let me know. because that is what I have for you for this reading. Okay, so again, you know, get rid of, play the chess game better. Be very aware of these people. Forgive the past. Look at the two worlds. This one may not look as nice as this one, for example, but it, you know, will bring you more harmony. Yeah, healing, learn your lessons. But yeah, the most important thing is you need to come with your community, your soul people. That's where you belong, and this home looks a lot more happier than the other one. And the other one's a cold home. This one's a warm home. Okay, so you want something that's going to bring you warmth, a warm, loving relationship, as opposed to a cold, unloving relationship. Okay, so hopefully this makes sense to you, and I'm going to now move on to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. This is going to be your reading if you have chosen the 4-leaf clover. Okay, so we are going to get in with your love reading. Okay, so the first card we have got is Caught in the Ruins, card number 16. We have then got the Ascent, 7. Sorry, this is trying to get this all in. Then you have got Birth. And then you have got Setting Your Course. Okay, so right, so you may feel really, or you may have felt, because this is the foundation, trapped in your head, or trapped in a certain situation, or it's about feeling like you can't change a situation. So again, this could have been a current relationship, or it could have been a previous relationship where you just didn't know what to do, and you just felt completely and utterly trapped. But this is Caught in the Ruins is really and truly about being trapped in the mind, or not knowing what to do, or not knowing where to go, or not knowing how to fix a situation, but really feeling stuck. Okay, the reason why you are stuck is because with the Ascent, I feel like you need to set your aim higher. Okay, so let me explain this card. The way I see it is that you may have, for example, have negative thoughts about yourself, and so you date people that make you feel better. Okay, and this can be anything from dating people who are beneath you. So when I say beneath you, not like you need to look down on them, beneath you, but as in there may be people who are pity parties, people who are make you feel like you need to fix them. Okay, so they're either the damsel in distress, and you're constantly feeling like, well, you know, you feel better about yourself with the damsel in distress because you are above them. You're not as screwed up as them. I know that sounds horrible, but you know, this is the honesty, the harshful truth. Or yeah, these are the people that are like, oh, woe is me, you know, all my exes have done me wrong, and you know, it's all them, and you know, you just kind of feeling sorry for this person, and then, you know, not really realizing that actually they are the problem. You could be dating people who are, for example, at a certain look. Perhaps, you know, they look good on your arm, you know, they're attractive, so therefore, you know, I feel better about myself because they're attractive. It could be anything. There could be money. Okay, whatever it is, you need to, the Ascension card, it's about ascending to a higher level. Okay, and you need to actually start to put your aims up a little higher. Okay, and I think the reason why is because you have maybe been trapped in your head as to what you actually deserve. So you kind of numb yourself into believing these relationships are going to work out, because you know you've lied to yourself in so many which ways, and you know you've lied to yourself, and there's been so many red flags in all these relationships, but you keep on thinking, oh, well, you know what, if I just try, or if I just show them how much I love them, or I show them how committed I am, they will change, or things will change. And you actually having to know that it doesn't. Okay, and you're needing a bit of a rebirth. You're needing to become a little bit more nurturing, maybe perhaps towards yourself, and you're needing to see yourself in a more abundant, happy way. Okay, maybe you don't look after yourself enough. You always looking after other people. Again, you are the always attracting the wounded warriors. Okay, Whereas you actually need to start looking after yourself. You need to give yourself more love. You need to give yourself more affection. You need to give yourself a lot more and not these other people. And then you're ready to set your course. Okay, so this is about really sitting down with yourself and going, okay, where am I honestly going to go from now? Am I honestly going to carry on taking these people that don't really actually deserve me or my attention? Or am I now going to give myself the love, give myself the attention, give myself the belief that I need and I deserve? Then I start setting my course, and then I start being on the lookout for a new relationship. And there's your rainbow kind of sitting in the background there. Okay, so when you are ready to admit to yourself that you date below your standards, okay, or of what you deserve, not necessarily because they are below you in any way, but it's you deserve better. You deserve to aim higher. We all deserve someone who will love us the way that we deserve to be loved. If you're going to give, you deserve someone to give back. If you're going to be faithful, you deserve someone to be faithful back. If you're going to be loving, you deserve someone to be loving back. You do not deserve a relationship where you giving and they taking. Okay? They all come in all charming in the beginning, love, 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 kisses, praising you, putting you up on a pedestal, and and here you think you're so mighty, and then seconds later you're falling flat on the ground because really and truly they are broken, so they have to break you because that's just the way that they roll. You need to realize that and set your standards higher, and then get yourself ready for something else. Okay, your current situation. Okay, so you've got the Ark of Covenant in reverse, you have got the King of Horses, and you have got Uriel and the Sphinx. Okay, so the Ark of Covenant in reverse is telling me that, okay, so for some of you, you may actually be dealing with a bit of a divorce, and things may not be going very well with this person. So again, you might have been married to a person who, like I say, was probably below your standards, and therefore you were stuck in the relationship. You didn't know how to get out of it, and now maybe you have finally taken the steps, and maybe things are feeling a little bit stressed and you're not really too sure. For those of you who are going through a bit of a divorce, I feel like you need to find the forces in order to balance the situation out, and if not, you need to dig deep in order to find the answers to the situation. Okay, so things may not be going well. Maybe this person's not coming out with the truth. Maybe they're hiding things, because this is the Uriel and the Sphinx is all about digging deep. It's about something, the truth being really, really, really deep and stuck under the ground. So maybe perhaps you need to sit and think about what's going on. Find the forces, you need to become the King of Horses. So you need to find the forces within in order to bring out the balance. Know your enemies, know how to deal with them. You need to be in your power. The King of Horses is a leader. This is someone who is not extremely emotional. So you need to come from a sense where you can't be too emotional. You need to be a little bit more logical in your approach. So don't date. I know that this is, you should date with love. Don't misunderstand me, but you need to become a little bit more logical in your thought process when it comes to dating. Or in this situation right now, you need to be a little bit more logical. And if you are in a court case or going through a divorce, dig deep and make sure that they're not hiding something underneath there. Okay, there isn't something hidden or something you're not seeing. Okay, for the rest of you, you may still be dealing with a bit of this karmic situation. It could have been a karmic, someone who again was below your standards, below what you deserved. There was no balance, there was no reciprocity. I can't even say that word. Anyway, there was no give and take. They took, you give, they took. Okay, you may still be dealing with them and somehow and trying to finish the things off. You need to stand in your power. You need to feel your power. You need to understand and dig really, really, really deep. You need to go in really, really deep to find the power in order to cut this person out of your life. Okay, and get rid of them completely. Even if you have broken up with them, they might still be in your head, because that's what narcissists do. They knock you down. They even if they don't physically abuse you or emotionally abuse you, they abuse you in the sense of they're flirting with other people. They abuse you in the sense of They don't give you the attention you deserve, so you feel like you're less than, you feel like you're not good enough because of how they've treated you. Okay, so you need to dig really, really deep in order to become the force. You need to become the king of forces and become a force within nature, a force within life, and see yourself as this really powerful person and not this weak person that you're actually kind of feeling. Okay, you have got the scribe as the final thing, and it's time for you to, learn the lessons that the situation has come in. Maybe perhaps you need to write a bit of a journal as to what you've gone through, whether you're still in this relationship or not. Start journaling. Talk about your emotions to the journal and ask yourself some really deep questions here as to why are you in this situation? Why can you not stop yourself from dating, these kind of people? Something to do with possibly writing or just doing research on perhaps narcissists and how narcissists affect you, and how, you have to overcome narcissistic tendencies or people, okay? Either which way, it's about digging deep and maybe trying to find out where in my life did I really believe that this is the situation, and so that I would have to be treated in such a bad way, okay? So it's basically, having a lot of bad luck with love, and having to find the answers to this whole situation, closing off cycles, ending past relationships that shouldn't have been there, past people that shouldn't be in your life, cut them out, become a lot more powerful, and you will, in the end, this is also the scribe is also the justice card. It's also a legal situation, so you will win in the end. Okay, you will get the balance, you will get what you karmically deserve. This is you getting bad luck, this is you in the end standing in your grounds, seeing your beautiful power, and then getting what you deserve. Okay, so what else have we got? What is pile number 2 needing to know when it comes to their love life? When it comes to love, okay, so we have the conjured retreat. Okay, so I think that's a good card for you to, again, go within, take some time out, go away, go spend a day in the mountains or whatever you can, in the forest or whatever. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may actually differ from your usual type in expectations, and this is something else, okay? When you are exactly that, dating these people, you may have like I say, gone from one abusive narcissistic relationship to the next abusive narcissistic relationship to the next abusive, because you're going in this cycle, okay? The Ural in the Sphinx is also, in traditional tarot, this is also, it's the World card. So it's about completing and ending a cycle. You're now cycling out this old person. This is you and where you need to be, which is this King of Forces. You need to go away, dig deep, and say to yourself, I am not going to carry on in this situation. And keep an open mind that the next person you need to date is more a person that you need and not a person that you want. There's a big difference between needs and wants. Need is something that will love you and nurture you. Want is something that's sexual, or it's something that when you have to use yourself or your body in order to gain someone's love or gain someone's attention, it's not love, it's lust. There's a big difference between lust and love. When you needing to overly be nice to people, or overly go out of your way and do all these extra things to prove to them how deserving you actually are, that's not love, okay? That is just not loving yourself, at least, anyway, okay? Your perfect soulmate may not be this person. This is someone that's at your level. When you see your level, when you become the king or queen of your life, and you don't take shit, and you stand in your power, and you actually dig deep and go, this is what I will deserve, and I refuse to allow myself to take anything less than what I deserve, then have a look. This may not be your usual type. This may not be your usual kind of person that you date. This is the person that you're needing, and this person will be worth waiting for, okay? Well, pile number 2, I hope this makes sense to you in some way or form. But as I said, we all do. We all date these karmics. A karmic person is here to shake you up. They're here to hurt you so badly that you actually have to look at yourself and go, you know what, I have to change. I cannot continuously have this pain, and I don't ever want to feel this pain anymore. And when you realize that you have to find the power, you need to become this is also the Empress card. You need to become this beautiful Empress. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female, because we've also got a king. The Queen of Swords would never date this kind of person, because the king or Queen of Swords, because they're powerful, okay? They know their worth. The King of Swords will only date the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords will only date the King of Swords. The Empress will date the Emperor, and vice versa. Do you know what I'm saying? The Empress will not date the Page, because the Page is beneath her. Does this make sense? Okay. Hopefully this does. Okay. Thank you very much, and love and light, and I'll chat to you soon. Hello, pile number 3. Those of you who have chosen the aeroplane, this is your reading. Okay, are you ready for the ugly truth? Right, okay, so we have got summer/winter, 5 of forces. We have got Saint Germain, the initiation. We have got the War of the Roses, and we have got the Journey. Okay, so you may have been may currently be in this love relationship, or may have been in this love relationship, one that really made you feel good. Okay, this relationship made you feel like it was a hot sunny summer's day. Okay, things felt good. It felt like there was celebration. It felt really happy. Okay, sorry. Okay, so yeah, you may have found that this relationship really did. It made you feel really happy. And then it just kind of ended, okay? And the reason why it had to end was because you needed to go through this initiation, okay? You needed to transform, okay? This is, in traditional tarot, this is actually the Death card. So Saint Germain is sitting here, and these women are all standing, waiting for this spiritual initiation from Saint Germain. Okay, they're being initiated, they're being reborn, they're being transformed into who it is that they're needing to be. Okay, so that is why, I feel like, it kind of went from summer, which was bright and sunny, and it kind of went ice cold, which was winter, which was, they did not give you what you deserved, and it just kind of went dead. But the reason being is you needed to go through this transformation. Okay, the War of the Roses. So again, this, it might have felt like you were constantly at war with this relationship. Like, 1 minute the love life was really, really good. Again, I feel like just kind of having this kind of feeling, like 1 minute things were really good between you and this person, and then the next minute you were at war, and it was really good, and you were at war. And I feel like you're the person who continuously had to bring the peace. In the middle there's like the peace flag, and I kind of feel like you're the person who kept on having to bring the peace flag. Like, you gave up who you were, you gave up what you needed to do in order to try and keep this. But this person, they were just like, you know what, we're not doing it. I kind of, to me, it's like these people want to charge, and these people are just heads down. Okay, so it's two different energies. It's the War of the Roses, the war of who's going to win. It's not having enough balance, not having enough, not getting any kind of energies here. It's like this impasse of, well, no one's going to win at this one. Even though there is a peace card in the middle, these people are not, they're not budging to what it is that you're wanting them to do. Or vice versa. Okay, so whether it's just the fact of you wanted them to commit and they're just not doing it, you wanted them to maybe perhaps bring more to the table or bring more to the relationship, and they just weren't ready to budge. Okay, they were just like, nope, not doing it. We may have given you all this love in the beginning, but no, we're not really ready for the commitment. And even if you were in the relationship, they're not really there. Emotionally, they weren't giving you what you deserve, basically. Here with the journey card, I think it's you just going, you know what, it's time for you to leave. Okay, it may be time for you to move out, it may be time for you to relocate. You just need to move away from this. Okay, whether maybe perhaps you still fighting with this person, I don't know, there may be a bit of an impasse. Maybe you guys are breaking up and having to deal with legal papers or whatever, but it's just time for you to leave this all behind, and to get on your boat and to journey off. Okay, go and find somewhere better, a better relationship, but move on. Okay, and take the initiation. Okay, go within, have a spiritual awakening, and try and understand that you're needing this to end for a good reason, and you're needing to put the energy into yourself, and even perhaps move away somehow, whether it's a physical move or emotionally move away from this situation, because it's not working out for you. Okay, again, I'm just getting happy sad kind of relationship. Okay, we have got the treasure, the lookout, the bird's nest. Okay, so with the Two of Keys, okay, so this is now maybe perhaps you've already left the situation and now you're dealing with the loss. So now you realize that this is someone who their whole house has been broken into and been ravaged, and the big treasure chest has left, and that's how I think you're feeling at the moment. Like you're focusing on this massive amount of loss in your life, and it feels really crappy right now. But in the background there's a bit of glimmer of hope. Okay, so try not to focus too much on this really heart-wrenching situation, and try and see the fact that there's actually this little small treasure chest. I don't know if you can see that small treasure chest in the background. It's got a light coming out of it, so it's saying that there is still hope. I know that this has probably knocked you, six love, but you are going through this transformation and you are changing. You're starting to move away from this terrible love situation, and you're starting to see what you deserve, and that there is actually better out there for you. Okay, with the lookout card, it's time for you to look at the red flags in situations. Try and see, I'm not saying that you need to see every person as someone who's going to hurt you, but there are obviously red flags when it comes to love. There are certain hints and clues that the angels do give us in relationships. We just maybe sometimes don't want to see it. Okay, so as you move away, you start to say to yourself, where are the red flags? Do I continuously give? Do I not believe that I'm good enough? And so I continuously give. I do just want to have a look at this one in the book. It could just mean that there's a Tower card, and that's just you finally waking up to the realization that, you know what, this loss wasn't as bad as what you actually thought it was. Okay, you can do better, and you will do better, but not all losses are a bad loss. It may feel like it, but actually it's probably, with the glimmer of hope, maybe a good situation. Yeah, it just has to be, there could be challenging situations. There could be a battle again. This battle might still be there around you, okay? Try not to lose your position in the situation. So maybe perhaps this person tries to come back. They're saying there's just temporary right now. You need to keep your balance, keep your strength at the situation, okay? Whether you receive this card upright or reverse, there's a card nearby that can help you better understand the difficulties at hand. Well, we know it's this loss, okay? Notice the card to which the man is looking with in his binoculars. What to do what do the details in that card tell you about your role in this situation? Well, I think he's looking, which way? Let me see. Where's he looking? He's looking up, so maybe we'll see it in the final card. Okay. But because with the Three of Forces there, it's about you to perhaps, I mean, maybe you have kind of, you're expanding, this is about expanding yourself, maybe perhaps expanding your financial resources right now. Put your focus maybe in your financial situation. Maybe love is not where you need to be. Maybe right now it needs to be more on your financial situation. You need to basically build more. This is also the Tower card, which means that this relationship, this loss, wasn't as powerful as what it seemed. Okay, so what it seemed was the sunny day. What it actually was this cold wintry day. Okay, so it seems really good, but what you need to be on the lookout is actually understanding that this foundation wasn't that strong. So that small glimmer of hope is telling you this loss is not really a loss. It's actually a gem. Okay, it's a gem in disguise. So your focus right now needs to be on your family, maybe perhaps on your friends. You need to build a solid foundation for yourself now, so that you're not ever having to be in a situation where you come crumbling down the way that this tower has come crumbling down. Okay. Maybe it's time again with the journey for you to move homes, or move to different locations. But some spiritual expansion, I think, is in store for you. Okay, and that's with this initiation. You're going through a huge transformation, and so you're not going to find love until this transformation is finished. And don't rush it. Okay, this is not a time for you to rush into love right now. You need to stay single for a little while longer, while you just build up your nest, build up yourself, build up your empire, build up your financial situation. Bring yourself back up from this massive destruction that you've literally gone through. Okay, this loss is huge. Don't mistake it for something small. Okay, there is glimmer of hope, but you really need to, accept this transformation. This energy is coming towards you. As I said, it could be a massive spiritual awakening. Go with it, okay? Trust me, things will get better, okay? But right now, rest, build yourself up, because when you are high, you won't accept low again, okay? This is becoming very similar to card number 2. Maybe you need to watch pile number 2 as well. The final card is this Queen of Scrolls, and I think this is where you are obtaining to, okay? This is you becoming the wise woman, okay? Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter, but you becoming the wise woman, the queen of knowledge, the queen of, this light in the third eye reminds me of someone who's possibly becoming the queen of a very high, like a high priestess kind of thing. Again, male or female, just change the words. High priest, okay? But this is someone who is, she's the queen of her kingdom. She can run her kingdom, and she's so empowered that no love can ever knock her down the way that this one did. This massive loss that she has felt. She won't have to feel that way again, because now her nest is built on something solid. She's worked on her, and again, he or she, they have worked on themselves. They have worked on their careers. They've worked on their empires, and they are now the queen of themselves, whether they are financially independent or, in fact, independent in every way. When you become the queen in your life, or the king, okay, you then will only be dating. A queen will only date a king. A king will only date a queen. They don't date lower than their ranks, okay? A prince, for example, will only marry another prince, for example. A prince won't date, well, legally or whatever, a pauper. It doesn't work that way. And I'm not saying to look down on people because their financial situation is not where I'm going, but I think you're trying to understand the gist of what I'm saying is, don't date below your standards. And when you know your standards and you know who you are, you won't date below your standards, because now your foundation is strong. You are so strong. You've had the initiation. You're spiritually standing in your power so badly that you will never go through a tower moment like that. I'm not saying you'll never deal with a loss again, but it will be on your terms, because you're now the queen of your land. Okay. Whew. Okay, well, those came flying out, so I'll take that. Okay, so new love, there you go. Once you are the queen, you will get your king, or king, you'll get your queen, whatever. Sorry, I can't speak. Swap the roles. Okay, so a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay, and look at this. This could be the one you've already met, the romantic partner you seek, and express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay, so pile number 3. I hope this really does help. I hope you're understanding that the foundation of this loss really was not a loss, okay? It may have felt like a loss, but it really wasn't. These people were not good for you. They did nothing else but take from you, and they left you feeling like you've lost everything. Really and truly, you feel like you've lost everything. But try and focus on this little glimmer of hope behind you. Stand in your power, rebuild yourself, rebuild up your nest, financial nest, emotional nest, whatever it is. Become this Queen of Scrolls or King of Scrolls, whatever that may be. Once you have gotten to that stage, a new love will enter. This person will be the one, okay? This will be the romantic partner you seek, okay? And then you can express yourself and give the romantic gestures, because you will know that they will give it back, okay? Whatever you give to this new person will give it back, because they will be your equal. Okay, you might want to watch, it's very similar probably to pile number 2, so maybe you want to watch that too. Anyway, love and light to you all. Hopefully you enjoyed and understood the reading, and I will chat to you soon.